You are a burglar, but you only steal things to slightly inconvenience your victims. What are you stealing? Play the long con. Steal their Netflix password. Change the password. Log them back in. Child lock their account. Change the language. Watch the world burn. Damn, the question was how to slightly inconvenience them, not make them go insane. I remember a story about an area in Maine where people had summer homes mostly. There was a children's sleepaway camp there too. People constantly talked about stories where they'd have odd little happenings, where they found their remote batteries missing from the TV remote, but didn't remember taking them out when they left, or thought they'd had canned goods left behind for the following year, or reported missing books or something innocuous like that. Never a missing TV, not shattered glass and a break-in, just little things. The summer camp eventually installed a little anti-theft thing on their kitchen which would trigger a silent call directly to law enforcement notifying them of a break-in. Cops went up to check out a silent call in the winter when the camp was closed and found a man grabbing some canned food from their pantry. Turns out he was living in the woods for years and years. He'd steal batteries, books, sometimes canned food, from vacation homes and camps, and lived in secrecy totally off the grid of civilization, in national forest. Random spices they don't know are missing until they're in the middle of cooking. I feel like someone has been doing this to me. In the history of me living with my wife, we've never run out of garlic and smoked paprika. Came home from work and found none. I was perturbed. 75% of the spoons. The lid to the middle-sized pot. If they have a universal remote, then take one of the regular remotes from the basket. One pillowcase from the spare sheets. I see you have also lived with a stealth addict. Worse, I live with 2 children. No shit, we had the same silverware set for 12 years. Had kids old enough to make their own lunches, and now I've bought just spoons from Amazon 3 times now. Nail clippers. Watch them suffer as their nails grow out and they have to resort to a chop job with scissors. I use my fingers, but every once in a while I take off more than I can handle. Yeah, sometimes there's blood. Toilet paper. You are sentenced jail for lifetime for this heinous crime. Calm down, Satan. All the left shoes and none of the right ones. I'll steal all the shoelaces of right shoes. Steal the aglets. The mouse to the PC, if they own one. Take all the pots and pans, but leave the lids. Take the rotating plate out of the microwave. I'm currently missing my mouse. I checked my entire room and later my entire house and I couldn't find it. Was that you? Do you by any chance live with a cat? The handle on their office chairs that make them go up and down, so they are constantly stuck at the lowest height. I'd break in and turn every electric appliance on, every light on, lock and the interior doors, and take all the salt and pepper shakers. Then a couple weeks later, break in again and turn off or unplug everything and return the salt and pepper shakers. Of course, if there were indoor pets I would leave the climate control on. I'm fucking with the humans, not the animals. All of the extension cords, the ironing board, just a couple of eggs from the carton to let them live with a false sense of security. I'd take exactly half of their socks, half of their shampoo/body wash, and half of the forks in their silverware drawer. Also the batteries to remote, and as a woman, if there is a woman, I'd take all of her comfortable bras. Let the underwire misery begin. Fiancé says the toothpaste, lids to all of the condiments in the fridge, the holder the toilet paper roll goes on, and every other light bulb. I played this game with a friend from high school. Whenever we visited each other's houses, we usually had to wait 4 days that a bunch of people were over. Me, stole video game chair and put it in my car when he went to bathroom. Him, took all the bathroom hand soap. Me, smuggled his shy cat. Him, took all my remotes. He got last licks, and one cause our girlfriends at the time insisted it wasn't funny and that we were being assholes. Then we got old and didn't get to see each other enough. Ike, it was the Golden State Killer, then called the Visalia and Saka, who started as a burglar. He did not took valuables, only sentimental objects as photos, coins and piggy banks, scattered underwear across the house, and placed neatly any valuable, jewelry, banknotes, on a table as for me. I would steal some spoons, not all, just enough to be noticeable. Maybe things like salt or pepper, drink milk in the fridge, and replace it with water. Also any bobby pins in the drawer. I'm sure there are still bobby pins at that point, just not where you hope them to be, and the little cap on shoelaces. Plastic things preventing shoelaces to come undone. I'd not actually steal stuff, just displace everything also silently in one direction. Every day like a tiny vector, until you notice and correct stuff. Then I'll use a new vector, with a new orientation and so on. Key is consistency, and once you start doubting your perception and slowly freak out, I take stuff from you for a couple of days at a time, and put them back exactly where you left them, and started looking for them a couple days ago. This is the end. Cop Doggo wants to know if you have been missing anything.